there, toy fans. Welcome back to Hermione's Toy Box. This is Dad, and decided to take a look here at some figures we've actually had sitting around the house for a little while here. Reptilax, Terror, and Lord Grasp for Masters of the Universe Origins. These are 3 new Snake Men, 2 of them based on some really old, the Lost Wave from the vintage days, and Reptilax himself being a mini comics based character that's finally seeing plastic for him for the first time ever. But Lord Grasp and Terror have been Walmart exclusives, at least at first. Very difficult for a lot of people to find. We were on a road trip beginning of July, and cousin Freddie and I happened to pop out to a Walmart while we were staying in Arkansas, and managed to find them. We saw Lord Grasp laying on the shelf, and I said, you know, cousin Freddie, if he's here, so is Terror. I didn't think anyone would leave him behind. So we scoured those shelves, and it turns out he was right up there on the top in the overstocked shelf there, just sitting there waiting to be grabbed, and he's unpunched and everything. Lord Grasp was actually sitting on the pegs there, and they were on clearance. We got them for a little bit cheaper than everybody else. So anyway, we're going to take a look at these, and I think we'll go ahead and start with Reptilax because he's kind of been sitting out here for a little bit longer. We got him in a shipment from Big Bad Toy Store. Thought it'd be good to grab him. So it's kind of a neat guy. Now these all do come with the same mini comic, the same kind of wave, even though they're not really in a wave per se, but they kind of make up the sneaky snake wave. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead. Their mini comic, Leviathan's War. I'm not going to go through the entire thing, but I will kind of quickly go through it if you want to freeze frame that. Hopefully you've got yourself a copy of this. Reptilax, I don't know for sure if he is sold out or not, but there you go. Now, Vipor Vipor did just go up for pre-order through dealers like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth during San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend. But here we go. So you have Reptilax, the mercenary brute of the Snake Men, and he comes with some new parts as far as his body, I think. Pretty sure this head is going to be used again for Fangman in the cartoon collection, I would imagine. But you can see he's got kind of a repeat, of Triclops' sword here. He's got a shield identical to King Hiss's. Come on. A lot of people I've seen online kind of talking about his colorway. He's kind of got a weird, this orangey tan look. Come on, Reptilax. There we go. But the green head, now his tongue's not articulated like the classic Fangman, but yeah, I'm thinking that's gonna be our cartoon collection Fangman head. But he does have like a new bracer there, right? Nice tight joints. New armor. Also, a new crotch piece with the hole for the tail. All right. So he's got a tail in here. Stand up, man. What are you doing? He's also got a battle axe. Now this is one of the axes that was also included with characters like Rain Man. Here's the tail though. Complete tail. It's not just a hollow thing like some of them. Ratlore, I'm looking at you. And it does just plug right into his booty there. Now, it's not a perfect sculpt necessarily. It doesn't look amazing, but it does, you get some articulation out of it this way. Armor, what I would like is if it had a place to store maybe the sword or something. No bracer on this arm here. But he's got his Snake Man shield. If we push it up just a little bit on his arm, it'll stay a little more snugly on there. But he can hold his sword. He can also hold his axe. He can hold and have all of his gear present. So I guess it doesn't really matter too much that he can't store his blade or any of his gear anywhere. But he's neat. He's kind of an interesting, he's different looking from a lot of the Snake Men. I like to get these mini comic type characters. So there you go. Reptilax. All right. I dig them. Someone to populate the snake lair that was revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. If you're gonna go for it, if it even funds, who knows? There's been a lot of negativity. I know it's very different from what we've been seeing in some of the art. It is not all that similar to the original artwork, but that said, it's much bigger. It's got a lot more toy going on. It looks more fun. It looks like a blast. It looks like a great playset to play with. But I can understand people being upset because it is very different from the artwork. It is much bigger and likely a little more expensive than people initially thought. All right, let's see. Do we go Lord Grasp or Terror? I feel like Lord Grasp, I saw him first on the shelf, so in honor of Cousin Freddy, who I kind of wish was here to do this, but Cousin Freddy is camping this week. So have fun, Cousin Freddy. Venomous Viper with a crushing claw. Now this guy and Terror were in a 3-pack with Classics. They did have that version. Again, same comic, okay? And he does have the little insert that'll show you all of his pieces that can come apart and such. All right. And let's take a look at the good. Now he's got the same shield. All right. Slightly different, more green. And oh, here we go. The cape. Now the cape's the same as Scareglow. There's his head. His head is the same as Squeeze's. And his hands are, oh, it's coming off of my, there we go. I'm just having difficulty. Nice clean tampo on that though. Very nice. And, you know, so he's like no new parts whatsoever, is he? But he's fun. He's interesting looking. The deco, I mean, look at that. Pretty intricate tampo for his, oh, I like that little pose there we've got going on. Obviously, Clawful's claw. And, that's a character right there, right? Like that's kind of a neat looking dude. I like Lord Grasp. He's kind of a conniving, awful guy, I think. He seems to be a fairly high-ranking snake man in the mini comics and such that he's been depicted in. I gotta tell you, the mini comics are fun. I'm glad we're still getting them. They just try to cram too much, I think, into the story. I don't know. They, some really good ideas, not executed all that well. What do you guys think of the mini comics in Origins? I mean, I'm glad we're getting them, definitely. He's fun, I like this one. He might be one of my, probably my favorite of the newer Snake Men. Anyone who really knows me knows that I am not a fan of snakes whatsoever, but I do like the Snake Men. Yeah, he's a fun one. And then you get this weirdo, all right? So then you've got Terror, okay? Terror is like the Frankenstein of like the entire line, I think. I mean, he is more Frankenstein, I feel like, than some of the other ones, because he is just a crazy mishmash of, you got Whiplash, Trapjaw, you got Mosquitor legs. He's a mess. He is the shapeshifter with a sinister shriek. Kind of would have been cool to get an alternate head, you know, with maybe like a sonic blast effect coming out of his face. But you know, you can't win them all. We've got this neck thing, the red signifying the sonic shriek coming out of his mouth. Nice deep purples, okay. No, not necessarily a Prince reference there. Come on, there's. You know, noticed it's always the right arm with these cyborgs. You know? Maybe they could have done that on the other side, change it up just a bit. He's got the Ratlore tail here. He does not get the rattle like Ratlore though. Okay, so there's no rattle. Really, like zero sculpt on this part in here, but that's okay because that doesn't come off. It just I was kind of curious. So you have to kind of slide this in here, I guess. Yeah, it does not seem to come off. I don't want to break them. So you got to slide this in to get that tail on, I guess. But it's actually not that hard. Never mind. And I really didn't need to take that arm off. I just kind of wanted to see there. So he's got good articulation, just like all the others, you know. He comes with all of the same trap jaw joints. Let's go ahead and we'll put his neck on in there too. So he doesn't come with any of the other. Just shooting this at the kitchen table at this point. Oh, by the way, you know what else is fun? Master Universe Uno, Fandom Uno. It's a good one. Still available on Maddie. Not Maddie Collector. I forgot about those days, didn't we? Those days. There we go. We got all three of the same trap jaw gear pieces. So we've got, you know, classic hook. Now he doesn't have anywhere to store them, which kind of sucks. He's got the blaster and he's got the claw clamp thing. Let's go ahead and give him the blaster. Why not? That's a fun one. So there you go. We can pop his head off and give him his extended Rattler neck. There we go. So he's a mean looking guy, right? He's mean, he's nasty, he's kind of a weirdo. Weird snakes, you know, these weird snaky guys. They're fun though. He kind of looks down more. He doesn't really want to look up, but that's okay. Yeah, I do wish, you know, it'd be kind of nice if you had like a place to put these. A lot of the time will take a clear rubber band and somehow work it into the system, you know, I wonder, could you take the belt? No, the belt is the same piece, I think it's glued in there maybe. But he's neat. You know, these are three, can't count. Three real weirdo looking guys. Anyway, clear plastic rubber band, maybe I'll get him to hang off of his belt that way. I'm happy. 3 new weird bad guys to add to the Troubles of Eternia. Kind of a quick impromptu video, but let us know what you think. If you haven't liked or commented or so, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, why not? Just do it. It doesn't cost you anything. Go ahead. I dare you. There they go. Which one of these do you like the best? Which one do you think is the coolest character, the best toy? Let me know down in the comments. And if this is your first time here, come back. We got a lot more content back there. Probably more coming. I got some Fraggles I want to talk about. Really excited about those and all kinds of other goodness. So take care out there in Toyland and be nice to each other and good journey.